2 letters in one day. One's for you, Jane.
Who's that one from?
It's from Mr. Collins. It seems he's to pay us a visit.
Vile man. I don't want him here. I suppose he wants to inspect property, see what he'll inherit when you die.
Yes, but that's not exactly what he says here.
Well,
he says he wishes to make peace with our family, that he much regrets the animosity between his late father and myself and wishes to make amends. The man's obviously a fool.
Damned impudence. I don't want him here anyways.
I think it would be unwise to turn him away, my dear.
Oh, Mother, I've been invited to dine at Netherfield this evening.
Oh, how splendid. You may go on horseback.
Oh, can't I go in the coach?
Oh, no. Your father needs the coach for his farm.
Do I?
Yes, of course you do. No, on horseback you shall go.
Oh, but it looks like it might rain.
Well, if the weather gets too bad, they'll just have to put you up overnight. Now, where's the harm in that?
But that seems so calculating.
My poor dear, people need to use calculating sometimes to make things happen.
How do you think your mother snared me?
I have no wish to snare Mr. Bingley. I want things to happen naturally. If I should win a man, it will not be through skill nor art. If I can't be the way God made me, then I shall never give my heart. I won't use flattery, I won't use strategy. That's not my way, it's not for me. I will not flash my eyes, I will not play the courtesan. If he can't take me as he finds me, then he is not my kind of man. I have to be myself, I can't be otherwise. What good is love if based on lies? I know that some girls put great effort in pretending, in hatching clever schemes to trap a man, but that won't guarantee a happy ending. It's not part of my plan to trap a man. I've no designs on love. Love must be good and pure and true. You can't find true love through pretending. That's something I would never do. I can't pretend to be someone who isn't me. I can't abide such fantasy. It's not for me.
My poor dear, and you, the eldest of my brood, will you never learn? No, it's on horseback you shall go. You better start getting ready.
Oh, look, there's Isabella, one of the officers of the regiment. Isabella, my dearest friend, I see you've wasted no time making yourself acquainted, one of the officers of the regiment.
Lydia, this is Colonel Foster, and this is his friend, Mr. Wickham, Lydia Bennet, and here's Lydia's sister, Mary Bennet, Colonel Foster and Mr. Wickham.
I was wondering why we haven't seen so much of you lately. Now I know why.
There are some things one does not wish to share with friends. Colonel Foster is one of them. However, do not despair. There are many young and handsome single officers in the regiment, and the ranks seem to be swelled by Mr. Wickham here.
Very true. I'm about to join the regiment.
Oh, how splendid.
Yes, my dear Lydia. There are enough officers for you and all your 5 sisters, though I believe Jane has already met her match.
You mean Mr. Bingley? Oh, yes, he absolutely dotes on her.
What a splendid catch for her. So handsome and charming.
And so rich.
A pretty melody, Miss Bennet. Almost as pretty as the person playing it.
And those are pretty words, Mr. Wickham. It's no wonder you're so very popular with the ladies.
I am simply a novelty at the moment, and I'm sure the attention to the ladies will diminish once that novelty wears off.
It's refreshing to hear such modesty.
If I could hold your attention beyond the period of my novelty value, I should count myself a very lucky man indeed.
You flatter me, Mr. Wickham.
I have neither the words nor the wit to flatter you with.
Lizzie, why do you not play some country dance? Then we could dance. I'm sure Mr. Wickham would like to dance. Wouldn't you, Mr. Wickham? I know I would.
Is that everybody's wish, Lydia, or merely your own?
I would be happy to dance with you later, Miss Bennet.
But I want to dance now.
Unfortunately, my sister has a tendency to believe that her wishes are shared by everyone. Later, Lydia.
I think it's very unsociable of you to monopolise Mr. Wickham this way. I shall hold you to your promise of a dance later, Mr. Wickham.
It would be my pleasure.
Refreshments are ready to be served in the parlour. Come along.
Is Mr. Darcy still in Netherfield?
I believe so. He's been there almost a month now. I wonder when he'll return to his estate. It is quite a large one, I believe.
Yes, the Pemberley estate is renowned throughout England.
Yes, I have heard of it.
Yes, although it's not a noble estate it was when his father was alive.
I recall you saying you were quite close with his father.
Indeed I was. When he died, he intended in his will to provide for me amply. But the living he intended for me was bestowed upon someone else.
But how could his will be disregarded?
Unfortunately, the young Mr. Darcy, you will find so disagreeable, chose to doubt it.
But this is shocking. He deserves to be publicly disgraced.
Perhaps one day he shall be, but not by me. My regard for his late father did not permit me to do so.
Your sentiments do you great honour, Mr. Wickham.
Let us talk no more about Mr. Darcy. I'd much rather talk about you. For now that I have well and truly met you, there is so much more I'd like to know. I am sure that from now on I shan't forget you. A voice from deep within me tells me so. Your enigmatic smile, your captivating talk, your modesty and charm, the way you walk, the color of your voice, the sparkle in your eyes, the sharpness of your wit. These are attributes I truly prize.
I've received a message from Netherfield. It seems Jane has caught a very bad cold, and the doctor advised she stay there for at least a week until she's better. Things couldn't have worked out perfecter.
Unless she dies, of course.
Of course she won't die. Oh, you always take such a dark view of events.
And you, my dear, always take the view that serves you best.
Good day, Mr. Bingley. My mother informed me Jane was ill. I thought I'd come and see how she is.
Oh, Elizabeth, how pleased Jane will be to see you.
How is she?
Rather poorly, I'm afraid. The doctor says it's somewhat of a fever, but he assures me she'll recover after a few days' rest.
My dear Miss Bennet, have you had an accident? Your dress is so muddy.
I had to walk from Meryton. Our coach and horses weren't available.
How unfortunate.
Let me take you to your sister at once.
Please excuse me.
Well, she's at least proved herself an excellent walker, but how nonsensical of her to be scampering around the country like that simply because her sister has a cold. Did you see the state of her hair? So untidy, so blousy.
I thought that Miss Bennet looked remarkably well, and her concern for her sister, it does her great credit.
Do you? But surely this adventure has affected your admiration for her fine eyes.
No, not at all. Her eyes were brightened by the exercise.